Let me ask you something. Are you the one who is always there for everyone else? The one who listens? The one who gives to make things easier? And I want you to be honest. Do you ever wonder if people like you? Or just the version of you that makes their life more convenient? Because, same. It took me a long time to realize that being liked isn't the same as being seen. Being appreciated for what you do emotionally, practically, energetically isn't the same as being loved for who you are. And today we're going to talk about that. I have been the therapist friend most of my life, the one who gets the 1 a.m. texts, the one people come to when life falls apart. And I liked being that person, or I like. But there's a point you realize you're always holding space, but nobody is holding it for you. Especially since I also read tarot professionally. You would think it means I'm just great at supporting my friends emotionally. I am to some degree, but reading for a friend is brutal. Because when you care about someone, it's hard to say the uncomfortable truth, especially if you're not sure they actually want to hear the real message and the real insight. If you say something they're not ready to hear, it's most likely to disrupt a friendship that is already there than a relationship with a client. If you've ever felt unsure about whether someone values you or just what you offer, here's a concept that helped me make sense of that fog. It's called bits for connection, and it comes from relationship researcher Dr. John Gottman. A bit is a small attempt to connect. It could be a meme, a venting text, a shared playlist, or a look at the sky right now. It doesn't scream vulnerability, but it whispers, I want closeness with you. And what matters most isn't the bit itself, it's the response. Gottman found how people respond to these micro moments is one of the strongest predictors of relationship health, not just in couples, but in all human connection. So if they turn towards you, they engage, respond, show interest. It might be a thoughtful reply, a validating word, or just a little emoji that says, I hear you. Or if they turn away, they ignore it, miss the cue, or let it just vanish into the void. Or option 3, they turn against it, they snap, they dismiss, make you feel foolish for even trying. Fair disclaimer, not everyone can answer every message instantly, but this isn't about speed, it's about pattern. Over time, do they consistently meet your little bits with warmth and curiosity? Or does it feel like you're making all the effort just to stay in the same place? When I started paying attention to that, it changed a lot. Some friendships that felt close turned out to be one sided echo chambers, and some quiet connections turned out to be, well, deeper than I had actually noticed. When someone consistently turns towards you, not just the cheerleader, not just the fixer, they are choosing to see the human, not the role. And when that happens, something in your nervous system exhales. Which brings me to another layer, one we often don't notice until it's wearing us down, the persona. Carl Jung, yes, shadow work Jung, described the persona as the mask we wear to navigate society. It's the version of us that gets praised, accepted, liked. It's useful, it keeps us safe. But when we only connect through the masks, things get empty. Your persona might even be aligned with parts of you. Maybe you really are emotional, insightful, or easy to be around, or fiercely independent. But if that's all people engage with, and they never ask what's underneath, you start to feel like cardboard cut out of your own life. Being useful is not the same as being loved. Performing calm isn't the same as being held. And keeping things easy for everyone else isn't connection. It's emotional customer service. And this is when you start wondering,
Would you still love me if one day you woke up and I was a worm?
would they still want me around if I wasn't helpful, if I wasn't strong, if I wasn't always on in the way they accept me to be? And if you've ever had a friendship that felt draining, even though you technically did nothing wrong, that's often a sign. Nothing was real, the persona showed up, but you didn't get to. This isn't about turning every relationship into a trauma dump, but it's about noticing. Are you giving people access to a curated avatar or to a full breathing, ever changing human being? And are they even curious enough to notice the difference? Real connection can't grow in a space where you're only allowed to show up edited, and anyone who claims to care about you should want the version that occasionally falls apart, not just the one who holds it all together. And this is also the part where we have a lot of conflicts with our parents because the parents still see the persona of the child growing up and not of the adult we evolved into, right? So, how do you tell if someone actually sees you or just a curated, convenient version of you? Ask yourself these questions after a hangout or a text conversation. Do I feel more like myself or less? Did I feel safe enough to be messy, unsure, or quiet? Was I performing or was I being? Did they witness me or did they just react to the version I showed? Did my intuition feel relaxed or was I scanning for micro rejections the whole time? Those questions matter because being drained after a convo isn't just a mood, it's information. And in my experience, it's often the moment right after you leave that tells you the truth. Red flags here are like red flags in the sense of they likely value your function, not your fullness. They only reach out when they need something, advice, clarity, comfort, or distraction. They gloss over your bad days but show up for your bright ones. They praise your strength but never ask what it's costing you. They depend on your insight but avoid your vulnerability. And you find yourself censoring what you share so you don't disrupt the dynamic. Green flags, meaning they value you, not just your input. They follow up on little things, even if it's not urgent. They show up when you're scattered, tired, grieving. They ask curious, caring questions, not just about your wisdom, but your why. They make space for your silence, not just your sparkle. They stay when you stop performing. And they never punish your truth. Like they don't punish you for speaking up, for living your truth. This is the daily praxis, not waiting for a crisis to assess your connections, but noticing the emotional reality of how you feel after you share space with someone. That is already your sign. You're not here to be a life raft or a mascot or an unpaid emotional consultant. You're allowed to be loved in your silence, your sadness, your unfiltered self. And the people who actually see you, they won't just tolerate that version of you, they will feel lucky to witness it. So start small, say no, speak up. Let one more layer of the mask fall away and see who turns towards you. Of course, I promise you, some people out there are looking for the real you, and they are not afraid of what they will find. If this resonated, let me know in the comments. Share your experience. You deserve to be known. Take care, and I will see you on the next one.